Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We are back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, guys, we are going to be doing a full review and MWC rating as well on the AEW Unrivaled pop-up entrance stage. As you can see in front of you right here, this thing is absolutely massive. A true size to scale, in my opinion, of a real entrance stage. You know, we've gotten so many entrances over the years, and obviously as time has gone on, they have gotten better and they have gotten bigger. But this right here really and truly encapsulates that size ratio to figures. It is absolutely massive. It is definitely great looking. A lot of good details in it. And we're going to go through all of that today in this review video. And we're going to jump right into it and start off with the packaging that it does come in. This is the box that you will receive this item in. Very slim, very sleek. And we'll explain to you why. Because I didn't know this, so maybe somebody else out there might not know this. But for all of you who did, here's your chance for a good laugh at your good buddy Matt here, right? Well, I did not know this whole entire thing was made of cardboard. Every single piece you see here, made of cardboard. And a good quality at that. It's definitely, you know, fair and in its quality, and I think that it's well upheld. But we will get to all that in just a few. First off, we've got the packaging here, like I said, very slim, very sleek, all cardboard. It's all folded over. Everything kind of goes together by prongs. But as you see here, we've got AEW Dynamite being featured on the front of the packaging. It is the Unrivaled collection, the pop-up entrance stage, as always, like I already said. We've also got Jericho and Cody Rhodes on the front, giving a little throwback to when this stage was actually put together. Cody Rhodes still a big part of AEW at the time. On the back, we've got Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Chris Jericho, and Cody Rhodes. Giving a little bit of a preview of what you get here. It's actually quite smaller on the back in the size scale ratio. It shows the entrance stage going all the way down to the ring. It's a very Japan MMA, Pride FC, Japan boxing style where the ring, gets connected right to the entrance stage there. Very, very cool. I do like that. On the back here, it does show your 6 other interchangeable face plates or background designs, screen designs. Very, very cool. And with that said, we're going to get the packaging out of the way, the outer box anyway, and we're going to break right into this. So, as I said, it does come with interchangeable face plates or screen designs. As you can see from the back here, these move in and out, so you can take these right out through here. They have like a little sliding piece back here that you can kind of move it in and out. It's a little snug, which is nice because at least you know it's not going to fall out, but those go in and out of there. It also comes with AEW Dynamite, AEW Dark. We've also got AEW Revolution. Shout out to the Stinger in his final match. AEW Full Gear. And we've also got AEW All Out, as well as the AEW Double or Nothing, which is in there right now. The next thing I will say, guys, is as we go through this, like I said, I'm going to be brutally honest and give this the, the MWC review. So, this is your instructions. It is one-sided. And I will say, it is not hard to put this together, but for somebody who's trying to look at these directions and maybe correspond it to certain things, it can be a little tricky. There are a couple of things in here where you kind of have to really pay attention to what we're seeing here. And the reason being is because of this, guys. On each one of these here, and I'll bring this a little closer so everybody can see this on the camera, we have got all different designs here, all different patterns showing, what piece goes to what piece, and they are all labeled by letter. The problem with that, everybody, is no letters are on the pieces. So if you are looking at something that is identical, an example, the 2 stage tunnels, one is labeled E and H, the other one is labeled O and P. Well, the problem is, neither of these have anything on them. So you have to make sure you go through and check that you're putting in the right pieces to the right place. Same thing with the tunnels that are behind them. Those are labeled D and E, and they are also labeled F and G. And the problem being is that, again, they are identical. So you have to just make sure you're on the right side and not clipping things the wrong way, or obviously it would look a little, little offbeat. That's all I guess I could say to that, right? You'd be having tunnels going the wrong way. We'd be coming out this way. We'd be going this way. All different directions here. But if you do go through this, you will figure it out. You will be able to get all these prongs and stuff put in. We're going to show you that on the back. We're going to show you some other stuff that I did here to kind of build it up a little bit. Because I will just say this, unfortunately, to the collectors out there that really use their stuff or maybe display things or use these different items, however you do it, you keep it in the package, you're displaying it, you're using it actually out there, or maybe you've got, the kids are using it, they're playing with it. This can definitely not take a big hit by any means. It is all made of cardboard. It is not to say that it's not durable, but obviously you can see we're moving here because we're on an uneven surface trying to keep this balanced, but it is a little bit delicate. I will say that. If you have somebody come crashing through on this, if you're a roughhousing action figure player, if that's how if that's how you go about your business, and obviously as a kid I definitely banged my toys around a little bit, you probably will damage this stage between marking it, possibly putting a dent in it, whatever it may be. So I would recommend to anybody who is buying this or purchasing it, definitely go out and get yourself some clear packing tape. And now I'm going to show you why. So as you can see from the front here, guys, and we are going to take the camera over to this a little bit later and give you a little bit more close-up view of what we have here. But we're going to spin this around and we're going to give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on behind it. So as you can see back here, this is not the exact way that this came. This stage did not come like this. We've added some things, like I said. So, took an old t-shirt and we made some curtains for the backdrop here. And the reason why I did that is because on display, now the light doesn't come through from the other side. You don't see what's behind it, so that's very cool. Definitely adds to it a lot. As you can see back here, the tape that I put over it, these are just double-sided on one and then just propped up on there. But as I said, we will get a little bit closer with the camera in a few, just so you guys can see it a little bit clearer. But down here, we have all the prongs that pop in on this. So they all clip in, they fold over, same thing on the other side. They're all pull-in tabs, and they clip in. Some of which stay in a little bit better than others. They do have like a groove on them that is to keep it from, unlocking. But again, you put a little pressure on it one way, you twist it a little bit the other, it kind of pops out. It's a little rough. So you're going to have to kind of tweak it a little bit. If you're planning on keeping this up and not, breaking it back down or putting it away right away, I would definitely recommend doing the tape. And then, later on, if that time does come, you want to break it back down, you can just cut into these corners and, fold it back down, because at that point, whoever's going to put it back up again is probably going to need that tape even more so than the first one. But as you can see back here, we did tape some of these prongs in. So like these prongs here are holding in that front blue piece. If you look under here, we have some of the tunnel prongs. Like I said, these are taped in on here. We've got the stage prongs that go to the bottom. I taped those in as well. Same thing over here, just to make sure that they are held in and that they're not popping back out. Because again, this is very fragile. It's not something that I would put a lot of force on, a lot of weight on. I definitely wouldn't do that. So with that being said, we're now going to flip this the other way and give you guys a little view of the bottom and what we did here to make this the best possible stage that it can be. So as we flip this back over here, you'll see a lot of this and you're going to laugh a little bit. You're saying, what is going on here, Matt? What is this absolute disaster? Well, of course, nobody else can see this unless you are the person that owns it, or I'm showing it to you guys across YouTube right now. But what we have down here is this piece of the stage is the front. It does not sit flush with the ground, and that's the big problem with this. This back piece is folded, so you're going to get some weight on it. Try to overextend it to kind of compensate for the fact that this is going to be leaning too much up. So when this was down, we had this piece to this piece kind of pushing, and this piece was pushing back the other way. So what we did here was I ran some tape under here, and as you can see, this is all kind of off, but it's meant to be that way to hold it the way that it is. We've taped from here down to here with this, little bit of an angle, and it pulled the stage down. So now when this is sitting flush on the table, it's all flat, it sits right, it sits properly, and that was one of the biggest problems with this because it wasn't staying straight, it's not staying lined up. And even as you sit here and look at it, you can see that it's still just leaning just slightly back. So we did that. We taped all this in. There was a couple other little prongs down there that we did tape in along the way. These few that are here. These corners are all taped, as well as down here. We put a couple of pieces of tape, and as well over here into this corner. So again, did all that because it allows this to stay together a whole lot easier. That's for sure. As well as in here, you can't see it from this side, but I'll show it to you guys when we pull the camera over. There is a little step that they put in between the ramp and the top piece of the stage. It is cardboard, obviously, so it folds over, it prongs in, and the pieces come right out in these corners as well as right here. If you do not tape that in, guaranteed it's going to come back out. Every time I tried folding this over, it just did not want to stay in. It was giving me nothing but trouble. And I've put together a lot of stuff, guys, over the years, between rings, entrances, you know, steel cage, the elimination chamber, the Hell in a Cell, so many items that I've built and put together. I will definitely say this. WWE and Mattel especially, and even Jakks back in the day, I will say the instructions and the way that they went about putting these together was a little bit better. Understandably, this is supposed to be cheaper. It's allowed to be something that is accessible to many people. It's not an expensive stage. I got this on a clearance for $30. I believe it retails for $40. But it's an amazing stage. It's an amazing piece of just any collection, and it allows the collection to look so much bigger and lifelike, and to have, you know, guys on these entrance stages and have it displayed, it looks amazing. It's a very, very cool stage. But with the cutting of cost and the allowing to cut cost to the consumer, we have given up a little bit on this as far as the quality and just how well it all sits once it's finally done. Like I said, between the stair, the stage, some other things. So with all of this, guys, you can see all the prongs are in here and they connect all these pieces. We're going to flip this back standing up to where it needs to be, so that way we can give you guys a little look of it all the way around. But as we see here, this is the stair that I was talking about, and it's a little step. And as you can see, you know, once we bring the camera over, we're going to show this little curve in here and the way the prong sits and just the way that everything is in this stage. It's very tough to... I don't know how I want to say this. It's very tough to get everything just in place as you go through with these tabs. That's why once you kind of get it all set, even like right here, we have a piece in the front. That piece needs to be kind of taped in from the back corner. It's just pushing out a little bit. But again, for the price that it was, for what it is definitely a great stage. I think that it's more than worth the price. Just like I said, you know, for some people that may get this, they might be expecting to pull out a bunch of pieces of plastic that all clip together. And I was certainly wrong on that. Again, guys, so this back piece is all one piece. This front stage is all one piece. And then we have the stair, this front stage extension of the ramp, these two tunnel fronts, the two tunnels that are actually on the back, and this piece here are all separate. So you put it all together very much just from this piece to starting with the bottom, so you get that L bracket almost to work with. Then from there we do this in the stair and the extension of the ramp. And then from there, I myself did both of the tunnels first and this, and then as well as I put this on last. So that's the way that I went about it. As I said, you know, we did go through the directions, but when you start to look at them, like I said, some of it's a little bit tough to work with, especially when it's labeling pieces by letter, and none of these are lettered. So you kind of have to take your guess with which one is which, because even with these, there is no distinction between what is left, what is right. Same thing with the back piece here. No distinction of what is left and what is right. So you just kind of have to work with it yourself. But I will say it is very, very cool. I do like this stage a lot. I like that I added some little bits to it. I think it made it a lot better. Like I said, the tape definitely helped. It got everything a lot more level and situated, as well as the, you know, taking an old t-shirt. I'm sure everybody around has an old t-shirt that's collecting dust. It might be a rag. You might use it to clean a table. Who knows what you're doing? But you just take that, cut the back off, put a little tape on it, and you got yourself a couple of entrance stages that have curtains on them, you know. So it's very, very nice, and it worked out for me. Like I said, it kind of allows that backlight to not come through, because as you can see, when you lift up and you just see what's on the back side, it kind of ruins the presentation of it. And that is something that they could have added to this. Maybe some curtains, maybe something to hang back there. That would have been really nice. But all in all, a very, very cool stage. I definitely enjoy putting things together, and I enjoyed having fun with this and tweaking it a little bit and making it, you know, to my own liking. The only other thing I will say, guys, that you can see in this video is from the back here, it curves up a little bit. I didn't bother to bend it down anymore. The corners met. I did bring these sides down. I did bring this front piece down a little bit, but I didn't want to keep bending it and bending it. I didn't want to bend this too much onto a curve. So this goes across nice and flush. It's, you know, it's all right. It's definitely, again, little things that need to be tweaked, but with that, let's bring you guys over and give you a up-close and personal view here of what this stage really is about. So as I said earlier, guys, we'll give you a better look here. We've got this curved in step here, and as you can see, it kind of goes in there where the prong is, and even these corners, you can see how they're sticking out just a little bit. It's a little tough to get them perfect. Like I said, this corner here even sticking out a little bit. You're gonna have to put some tape back on that, get that all situated as we go. But as you can see, I mean, it is a very, very nice stage. Like, you know, as far as presentation goes, you can't beat it. It's very cool, definitely larger than life. I mean, in comparison to some of the Mattel stages that we've got, this is by far, like, just huge in comparison. Absolutely huge. But you look into the tunnels there, and like I said, with the curtains behind it, with those pieces of ripped t-shirt, it kind of just makes it work. I think it makes it look a lot cooler. It's a lot nicer with the lighting. We go around to the back side here, and as you guys can see, like I said, we're going to give you... Actually, you know what? We were going to turn it around. We'll turn this around so that way we can get some better lighting on it, and that way everybody can see exactly what I'm talking about. And as you can even tell just by turning it around, I mean, it's super light, very, very easy to work with. We can even turn it a little bit more towards the light that way. And as you guys can see back here, the tabs that are taped, the side corners, as I had mentioned, being taped in. And we go up here, we've got those double-sided and just taped in there, and that's all you got to do. And then there you go, you got your entrance stage going right out. Very, very cool. And these side corners, again, taped up. And that's just kind of how we did it. You know, it's, I think the best way you can go about it is to do that and to make it a little bit stronger, especially up here on the corners where we just wrapped it around to this little piece here. And like I said, you can't see this because it's on the sides anyway, so it really is nice in display. You don't even realize there's any tape on it, and it came out, in my opinion, as best as it possibly could. And like I said, again here, you know, we pull this right from the top. Very, very light. I mean, you can move this thing around with ease, and it's absolutely an amazing stage. Very, very cool. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get next from Jazzwares and AEW. I'm looking forward to see what we get next from Mattel and WWE. But an awesome stage, definitely very lifelike, and it has such an immense presence once you put the figures on it. It is so cool. As a matter of fact, we grab one over here. And not that this is Jazzwares. This is a Mattel Elite Series 5 Chavo Guerrero, but you can get the idea that, you know, this is a very cool stage, very, very large. I mean, you can put a Mattel figure on there. You can just get an idea of just how large that stage is. But, guys, this has been a review on the AEW Unrivaled pop-up entrance stage. Very cool. I like it a lot. I would say based off of the quality of the product, what you have to do to kind of make it a little bit more durable, and just, you know, how the sizing is and everything that we got with it, I'm going to have to give this a 7.8 out of 10 on the MWC rating scale. I think it's great. I think it's very cool. A couple of little things could be added and or changed, but I can't wait to see what we get next. And guys, I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Stay tuned for that. For myself, Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.